first game, and here we go to Cursed Hollow.
All right, who's gonna be the who's gonna pick up Zarya to deny the Li Ming on the other team? That'll be my question. First ban though, Tassadar, or do you force your team to ban out Tassadar, the other team?
We'll see. Tassadar is still like this. You got to talk about his goaltending. You even see Zarya bans just because of goaltending here in Cursed Hollow. And by goaltending, I mean interrupts, untributes. Goaltending is totally not the proper term for that in this map.
Wait, no, what did I say? Oh, I get called out on one extra da-da-da.
Yeah, man.
We've got Zona in English.
Zona. That's his name.
Dahaka ban though.
Boom.
I can agree with this. I can agree with this. Is early Falstad pickup though?
I mean, yeah, you kind of say, all right, well, now we have to ban Tassadar, otherwise they have it. They could lit it through. They could ban Mouth here and almost force them into Tassadar. Depends on how they think they're going to respond.
Yeah, you know, we talked about this a bit yesterday, is that you can force out a first pick Tassadar, which I think is what they're going to do, and then you can take Vala for yourself. And there's certain maps, this is why, you know, I was advocating Zul'Jin, which actually worked out pretty well in a game, is that Tassadar is a good hero. He's a really good hero, but he's made even better by giving the shields to auto attackers in particular to boost them up, so they can get health back, and so you get a lot more value out of Tassadar that way. Stealing Vala away makes it tougher, but on certain maps like Battlefield of Eternity, like Braxis, you can start to pick heroes like Zul'Jin and then even fall back on a Lunar like we saw Glaurung play. So you have backup options, but this map on Cursed Hollow is a little weaker for those heroes, and it's also a little bit weaker map for Tassadar as opposed to something like Infernal Shrines, to where it doesn't really matter. So there's a little bit of shifting, I think, for Tassadar on a map like this, and I actually like this ban.
All right, bad joke. But so, yeah.
I didn't hear it.
I said dimensional shifting because you said shifting. Anyways, Vala should be taken here, and it's not even like Vala is the best option in the world. You just want to deny that synergy with Tassadar. With that, they could go Dahaka. You know, I don't know if they would go Vala Falstad. That'd be very ranged heavy.
Yeah, I agree, and you could reasonably pick up Tassadar Falstad with the Tassadar. They're opting not to go either, so this will likely be a Vala pickup. I would not be surprised if it's Falstad, but it seems likely that it should be a Vala pickup. Probably the best pairing with a Tassadar.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a must, right?
I think it could be Falstad. Tassadar as a hero without somebody to enable as much, I should say. This is not one of his better maps, although it's hard to say it's not a good map for Tassadar because he's so good. But they're putting some time and effort into it.
Beyond that, like, it's just, you know, globals, right? Would they want to go Falstad here just to make sure they have a global? It's not like auto attack Falstad is bad. Yeah, they're going to go Karazim. That's going to be Iron Fist Karazim with Tassadar to make that synergy work. You know, they could still ban Vala here, but maybe they're really just not worried about it.
The ban that I would like to see come out for LFM would be a Zarya ban. I think that Zarya would actually fit really well with her comp. She does really great at defending. And then, you know, one of these teams is going to have to pick up either a Falstad, Li Ming, or Vala. Outside chance it could be other ranged assassins, but those are the three like usual suspects that we'll see on this map, particularly Li Ming for great poke, and Zarya is a really good counter for Li Ming. So if you want to go into that route, obviously we're not going to see Zarya on the side of LFM. That's just way too much shielding and not enough damage, but see how it plays out.
Well, giving it a good bit of thought here. 5 seconds remain on that timer. What will it be? The Vala. So Jay, my question for you is, assuming that they go for the Tassadar is left open, we should see Tassadar picked up here on the set of imported.
Wait, who?
Falstad, excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Assuming Falstad is left open, he should be picked up here for imported. Do you try to
Tychus?
Okay, so Falstad is going to be banned. So then they'll go Tychus as a result. For LFM's ranged, do you try to make Zul'jin work on this map, or do you just say no, we're going to go Li Ming?
No, I think Li Ming is definitely going to be a much tougher choice. The problem, they might switch to Zarya again. One of these teams is going to have to go Li Ming, and you might see imported support go Falstad or Tychus. Probably not both, but they have the opportunity to pick up Falstad, Li Ming, and just have a very strong backline and huge control. I think that LFM right now is hoping that Li Ming falls to them, which is why they banned the Zarya.
Jay, how apparently Lucio shoots in 4.
So I had it right the first time.
Man, I'm the worst.
Wow.
Okay, so Falstad, it's got to happen, right? I mean, Tychus, Falstad, they got them both. Right here.
I actually, this is a rotation where I would Tychus and Li Ming. You lose the global, but that's still one heck of a backline when you go Li Ming, Tychus. So I think they got to be debating Tychus, Falstad, Li Ming in this rotation. Zarya off the board. Tyrael could be a thing. Imported support, I'm not sure if they run it. I haven't seen too many of their games, but you got to look at those heroes.
The Illidan, huh? I mean, it's a great map for Illidan.
Is that a great team for him to go into, though? ETC and Tassadar?
Probably not. We'll see.
This could be another Tychus drill game, or this could be the Falstad pickup. Illidan, though, not sure how I feel about that.
I mean, Illidan, he sees a bit of play still in the pro scene. Not a lot, but he is picked in niche situations. Illidan's a hero that, you know, the later the game goes, the more space there is for him to chase, the better he is. We talk about him being able to just, once he gets on a structure, he's super efficient in doing damage. And
I'll take Ragnar's Falstad here. What does Illidan do against a Tassadar with a Falstad and Ragnaros?
There's your Tychus.
Tychus for the drill. I like it.
I mean, not even just the drill, just Tychus in general, just fairly well versus Illidan.
Well then.
Now,
well then.
That makes a bit more sense.
Kicking it old school, Jake.
Yeah. Symbiote got a 5% buff in this last patch across the board. All three abilities on Symbiote did get a buff. We haven't seen much Abathur in a long time, though.
Michael Udall and Sky Temple. That's the only time I think I've seen it this season.
That was this past weekend, wasn't it?
That was this past weekend.
Yeah. So, interesting.
They were gifted that game by No Tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah.
They did not deserve to win that game.
Awesome. Well, Cursed Hollow, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The rare Abathur. We're going to be treated to see how it can work. Of course, you know, we talk about globals, and we're like, oh, it's all about Dahaka and Falstad. Well, guess what? Abathur, very much another global on the table, and in this style works well. This is a old school style for sure. We'll also see how it works.
What do we get from Abathur against the Falstad? Falstad, if he flies up, will most certainly be a threat to Abathur. Up or down, I guess, depending on which way we're looking. Going in the full hat build.
I think you gotta. You're committed to just living on the head of Varian or Illidan. Even on Rhaegar, it's fine because you can be in Doge form and spike it at people mid-fight. That's the dream.
I think the hardest part about Falstad is that Seasoned Marksman would be the likely build here because it's really hard to build up your hammering. But Illidan has evasion, and there's not a lot of priority targets. Varian has parry, so your two frontline heroes both have abilities that can block your auto attacks. So he's opting to go Wingman for the bribe instead.
That's cool. I appreciate that. But I also appreciate the amount of damage they've already done here in the bottom lane. After going to do its best to try to sustain through some of this damage and dish them out to BBJ. But it will be 2 towers going down to the bottom. Not even a single tower has gone down here to the 3-man push in the top because of that Falstad resistance. But they quickly changed that.
But now they're giving up a pretty big wave here. Varian, this is the problem. When you have an Abathur, it makes it very hard to defend in lanes like this. And so taking advantage of that. Abathur soaking middle, just going to have to body soak. So that's going to lose a lot of ammo middle. They're trading bottom and top right now. I think bottom is probably getting the best of this.
Yeah, once the wave gets up here, which is right now, they're going to be able to pressure it. You see taps, but he cannot stay. And that fort will go down. Top gonna fall also. So very even overall. This is just kind of one of those weird things you can see on a map like Curse, where you see early structured trades, and it can be meaningful if you decide that you really want to commit to that first tribute fight. Say it goes in the top part of the map, that's going to be well in favor of imported support because they have the well. They do have somewhere to back up, and the alternate there for LFM.
That ended up stalling pretty significantly in that bottom lane compared to what we saw in the top lane, and I think you can thank Illidan for that. That was a much bigger push than I anticipated.
Once Illidan's on the structures, he does damage. Giant Camp do spawn at the 2-minute marker, and both teams were waiting to collect that. Illidan doing the solo life, as he's very efficient for that. Doesn't even need the Abathur hat. And you've got this 3-man collecting it. I mean, they can't really safely soak this that far forward, but I love this call by Crux. He's letting the lane push in so that they cannot soak it.
Well, first tribute should be announced here momentarily in the next 15 seconds. It will definitely be coming up. Falstad going to continue to soak in the top. Both teams picking up their Siege Giants. We'll see, will it spawn on the top? Will it spawn on the bottom? 3 seconds. We'll find out.
Any
3
second
seconds.
Now. There we go. It's going to be in the bottom. Okay. So, again, this is going to be nice for LFM since they do have that well. Top lane, however, does have the Siege Giants, and Falstad is making his way down bottom. If Abathur does go up there, get the Locust and the hat, could push out top a lot, but it's already pretty far pushed in, and Swabs Magoo very low. I'm not too sure what poked him. He didn't like it.
He did not like it at all. BBJ going to be able to channel that. And Falstad flying in, which means the Siege Giant's up there, but Swabs Magoo taking a lot of damage on that front line, forced to retreat. Both evasion and parry have been used. The turnaround charge, but the return fire from Special T doing the damage. Jaco's still going in.
Yeah, a little bit aggro there. Giants still doing their thing. Abathur did not opt to rotate up. Where is the hat's in middle right now, just getting some soak there for the team, and Giants will do their worst. Feral Lunge onto BBJ, just going to cast a heal on himself. I think that level 4 power spike with the Earth ally is really what made the difference there in that fight, though, because there's so many auto attackers when you're putting all your eggs in the Illidan basket.
That was a definite thing that they have to deal with. Top lane did get cleared up by Falstad, but camp being started here. The Aware and Swabs Magoo grabbing this night camp. On the other side, got to be the same, but second tribute down here at the bottom.
Yeah, 1-0 lead right now for LFM. Not really something crazy to think about, but still an advantage for them. And again, this is another situation where they do have that advantage for the Shrine. Good zoning here. The Aware trying to stall Hecarim out, just putting some damage on, but that side storm will come crashing down. Lunge forward, but Handlebar's power sliding away. Swabs Magoo stepping on in. Gotta be afraid of that Tychus.
Yeah, they definitely got to be careful. Abathur's still not moving, staying in that middle lane. I know that you've got the hat there, but you've got to try and take advantage somewhere. There they go. Back. Oh, there he's going to the top.
Yeah, it's get, possibly get more XP, get all the soak up there. And if they can stall out this tribute fight, the last tribute fight they really didn't stall out. This is a little bit easier for them to poke at because they have the safe retreat path back. And they can't quite get to BBJ. It looks like he'll end up getting it here. Unfortunate.
All right, Draded has 2 seconds before you can use flight. Let's see if he can try and snipe him and Abathur, who is currently headed on that. He's going to use his wingman. He's now back down to 11 stacks, but he did go the static shield, so he has a 10% damage bonus right now.
And he's also, just looking to be able to battle Illidan a little bit better. That'll give him the sustain and fight power to be able to just kind of sit there and duel, which I like a lot. I think that's very smart for Illidan.
These teams about to make boss calls. Looks like ETC might be coming down to check it again. With an Abathur, it makes early game boss calls a little bit tougher. This is the time where they're flanking bottom.
Yeah, that'll be Crux going down for sure here. The hat not enough to save him, so they find that kill, and they are at Curse point, but Curse spawning the top part of the map, considering both of the first 2 tributes were in the bottom. Can they contest this in time? It's up. Charizim, can he stall?
Yeah, I don't. BBJ going in.
Boss had flying to mid.
Nobody else is really there. I think he can defend that solo. The rest of the team's starting to make their way in, Jake.
That's rough. Okay, well, I mean, they don't want to lose the Curse here. That's for sure. The Aware might lose his life here as well. The totem goes down. Swabs Magoo on the retreat. That Tychus damage is so much, but not enough to find the kill. Specialty starting the channel, and 10 is around the corner, but still not in play for either team.
Call me crazy, but if I mean, you want to get the Curse right now. The Siege Giants are still pushing in the bottom lane. They're trying to defend this. BBJ is going to be able to channel this. Oh, no, it's interrupted one more time. The longer you interrupt this, I think Abathur put some mines down there. I checked. I know we don't want to leave camera here, but now that's going to get even more value.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that was 3 pretty clean tributes, though, we've seen so far in this game for LFM. Really didn't look like they were much of a contention because that Abathur being one less body for the team, and the Illidan, every time he dives in, he just gets mowed down by Tychus.
I think one of the good things is when you're Falstad and you're running Wingman, is a Curse.
That's true.
Easy stack.
You get stacked so fast.
Yeah. And again, static shield at 4 is a bigger deal, but 10 is here. They've sniffed out the boss call. And they're looking for the invade. Remember, Abathur is now technically online, but the bottom lane, I would stall this all day. That bottom lane is getting bad value.
Yeah, it's getting destroyed right now. Curse will be active for just 7 more seconds, but the wall should go down. Oh, the Abathur hat actually doing its best to deal with this. Falstad does end up flying to mid.
Oh! I think he showed just outside of the gate. And Falstad's like, wait a minute, we've got a Curse. I think I can do this. He might have made a mistake as Illidan is going in. There's nothing he can do. Draded is going to pay.
So he gets the trade at least. It was cute. It was cute. 1 for 1. Experience is even. Boss attempt was thwarted. And, yeah, no harm, no foul. They do now start their boss, though.
By going for the boss and then not getting it, they now did not get as much value out of that Curse. Both the middle and top forts still stand, and there was almost no pressure on them.
Okay, they're going to leave Swabs to do this on his own. And then they're going to try to pressure this boss. They can get here in time, put a presence in. Illidan will be late, though. It's actually, no, they're going to be just a moment too late to stop this, it looks like.
Specialty's got to be careful. Handlebars mounted up.
Ignition just kind of wasting the clone. That's rough.
Falstad's going to use his bribe stacks. I know he wants to probably try. Yeah, there he goes. Bonus damage, 20% on this lightning rod. Good at dealing with Illidan.
Yeah, it's a nice talent. Just being able to build up the W for Falstad. He's got the shield. He's got the additional spell power with the wingman. A lot of good harmony there.
Siege Giants helping to defend against the boss in the bottom lane, but we've got a Knight camp pushing in here in the middle. It should be a fort wall. We'll see if it leads to a team fight as a camp picked up now. Illidan starting to rotate over, but Tribute spawning. They just back out.
Yeah, they just want to get 13. With Abathur in top, they should be able to contest this just fine and get 13 safely. Abathur actually has that siege camp in the top as well, so that would become an issue rather quickly. Specialty will get the stall initially. There's 13, so now they can look to fight. But do they have another stall for BBJ? Just barely. That was close. Yeah, they're going to get it, though. They just don't have enough poke. See them going in. They might be able to get the fight. Handlebar is power sliding in, getting the mosh pit onto 2, but the blow up onto Li Ming. Divine Palm going to be attempted. They don't quite pop it. Soy super low in the deck. Swabs Magoo just going to town with that shield around him, doing the damage. Ancestral will top off one target. They are dashing around left and right. Did he Ancestral the Li Ming? Or the Abathur?
I couldn't tell which target it was on, but Handlebars has Swabs Magoo all over him, and that clone is wreaking havoc. Dimensional shift is nice. Oh, they don't snip him out going up.
Just Cassadar things. They're going here. The taunt. BBJ has a Radiant Dash. He's all right.
That turned around real quick. Top lane, but bottom lane, Jake. That siege camp is hitting the keep.
Wow.
Not anymore.
In the end, though, you know, the tribute goes to LFM, but Imported take an experience lead.
This is a very close match right now. I like it.
I like it too, Jay Howe.
All the tributes, though, have gone over to LFM.
Yeah,
will the trend continue?
I like the minefield.
That is a lot of mines. There's one. There's... Oh, no. There's two.
Sailing the friendly skies. Traded. Getting a free tribute feels bad, man. Or feels good for him, man. Little low keep down here. Or fort. Abathur's on guard duty here in the bottom. And it's been 5 free tributes. Not free, but pretty easy tributes for LFM in this game. Now looking for that first invade. Handlebars is well aware of this.
Mosh pit.
Oh, the gust is going to be an issue here too, or potentially. Metamorphosis onto the back. We do see the power slide in, and oh my goodness. The Ancestral is good, but it's not on Swabs, and that's what their comp is all about. Without him, I don't really know that they can continue fighting here.
They can't. There's the clone walking away. Hecarim on the backside. Crux, though, finds himself in the middle. Dimensional shift going to avoid some damage. The dash over. BBJ going in. Crux turning just to try and disengage for his team. Is going to fall, but Specialty is now really far forward. The palm onto himself isn't going to proc there. BBJ got to be a little bit careful. The barrel roll over. Draded, and somehow Specialty manages to live, but with 2 people down, that camp is still there, but this should be a curse going over to LFM.
You know, I want to believe in the Illidan Abathur. I really do. But I don't know if it's just because the Ancestrals have been on other targets. I'm pretty sure 2 Ancestrals ago it went on the clone. And I know that last one went on Varian. I think it's almost okay to let Varian die just to keep Illidan up, because then Illidan can really ramp through the fight. Like, it's all about giving him that momentum to turn the tides and pick up that kill and snowball that throughout the fight, because he will give that self-sustained ramping up. But this is looking tough. The taunt on False Head does bring them back into this, though, as the curse is activated.
So what is the next to follow? They got really greedy trying to take down that.
These Giants.
The Giants are there, but ETC's trying to backdoor this keep. He's going to go down. He's going to clear that minion wave, and he's going to get those minions directly onto the keep. But the boss is being stolen on this side. I think that's actually a bigger deal. I mean, the keep's going to go, but they have the potential to push. That keep probably wasn't going to live anyways. Abathur's got to be careful with his positioning there, but This boss will afford them another boss, but they definitely, that top wave, look at the top wave on the left.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is a massive wave.
Abathur's doing his best to soak some of it. We got the boss and the knights being picked up. This boss will be cleaned up pretty darn quick as it has a whole welcome party. This bottom lane has been kept at bay from Abathur, which is a big victory for them as well. But again, we got to talk about the keep that is down in bottom being an issue. Is there enough time for them to start and finish this boss? I don't know.
They have Mighty Gust. They need to get over there. I don't think they're going to get there in time. The fact that both the boss and the camp were stolen, now this other boss. So despite losing the initial fight, the Leeming blow up and then the death of Tychus right as the curse started seems to have been the turning point. This is just a back and forth game. Just not working out. I think one team just not able to grab advantage yet.
I mean, the keep is an advantage in a way.
Yeah, that is true.
But it's not huge, right? I mean, it's nice.
The two curses that they've had have been lackluster.
Exactly. You think with 6 in a row tributes, you'd have a little bit more. The double boss pickup here makes it much more even for imported support. I mean, this keep is vulnerable, and they're looking to get the same situation here. Fallside flying in, will get ignition in the middle of the map. Good utilization of that global. He's going to be hearthing back to make sure he can help with the defense, but looks like they're not going to commit to it. Maybe, I honestly feel like they might be fearful of Fallside walking down looking for the Gust. You see they're like looking for him, but not the situation here.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. They're just going to back out, and I think rightfully so. Play a little bit safe. They have the experience advantage just because of the Abathur pick. They're not getting much experience out of him now because he's dead. But they at least have all of their keeps still standing. They're trying to invade, but it's going to be a little late.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen Wingman used in a while. I mean, obviously, you're still getting the benefit from the talent with the AP, but a lot of those camps have been stolen left and right. Half a level lead.
They can engage. I was going to say, if they find somebody even halfway out. Ooh. I got excited, Jake. Sorry. I thought they were going in.
Well, Abathur soak. He's in a safe spot right now. Can still soak with the hat. He's clapping his hands. Now he's raising him to the sky. I mean, he's just a party animal. That's just what Abathur does. And we might actually see the first tribute of the game going over to the side of Imported. Imported will have 21st.
20 is dangerously close, and I think that they're just going to play soak for 20 and then continue to contest during the next tribute phase. Obviously, only giving up one tribute at this point in the game is not a big deal. You don't want to give up more, obviously, but the keep down, you know, a lot of it is negated by Abathur, not necessarily a ton of it, because we do see the symbiote build for Abathur, but 20 is being picked up. So
Hive Mind, huh?
That's interesting.
Very Illidan, they both get hats. It's officially a party. Dude, what if they had Happy Birthday Abathur when we wore a birthday hat? I want it.
Yeah, they can't really posture up. 20? Gotta soak though. Falstad hasn't been getting a lot of wingman stacks, so he's pretty much been stalled out on gathering camps and obtaining more damage to his lightning rod with his level 4 talent.
That's true. But he's looking to be that Sokimon master in the top right now. Trying to get his team to level 20.
What is he?
He's a Sokimon master.
All right. Well, 20 is here for both teams. The boss is up in 30 seconds. We'll see if anybody tries to make a play. But all of these mines, remember, slowing mines at level 7, they're not even going to attempt to walk
Yeah,
through
there's no way. It's just too risky to try to like scramble in there. 2 tributes in a row for Imported. We will see the Knights collected here on the right side. But should be
They
passive.
now run the risk of, if they lose the next team fight and the curse, it will be game. Because Illidan on a core is one of the scariest things in the game. You just go all in, and it's very difficult to kill him. So they're looking for a potential flank. We got to see a good mosh pit. Look at all the Abathur mines. You're not getting anywhere without being seen.
And that's the power of Tacita. Use that Oracle, though, to get eyes on it. They're now looking at the boss. They know the coast is clear here, but not so much. Specialty using that knockback. Force of Will on cooldown, just another 15 seconds. Boss has been started. Don't think they can finish it.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to commit to that. If they stall this out, they will have catapults in the bottom lane. So if you're LFM, you don't necessarily have to hard engage. You have a camp middle. You have catapults that are going to be bottom. You don't have to force the issue here. You can see the poke coming in from Li Ming, which is the biggest threat. But outside of that, you can force out the clone. You have Mighty Gust for a disengage. It's up to them to just stall this out. I think this is a really good tactic.
The double side storm is getting so much poke on the specialty. They commit to the fight. The clone has been summoned here with Ignition Go. A deep drill will be burned through, and a beautiful Sister Hill onto Illidan. Now he's going deep, looking for that double play. The Gust with the anti-synergy of Mosh Pit could cost this fight dearly for LFM, as Illidan is now bringing on that pain train.
There's the death mosh, though. They're going to get a kill. And down goes Li Ming. Drayden somehow staying alive. He does tap well, but he has been over. Oh! He flies over and somehow lives, Jake.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was absolutely insane. Meanwhile, the Knights push this in, got a wall down, catapults making their way to the core. The shields are down, but Abathur is doing everything he can to keep this core from being an issue, and now the re-engage. Taunt is in. Oh, Crux will go down. This is just madness. 1-for-1 of this trade. Illidan about to turn up the heat once more.
Storm shields are being traded there. We see Swab's Magoo continuing to go in. He's on BBJ. Will he be able to survive? I don't think he does. He does, as Karazim falls, and Rhaegar and Illidan going in. They're going to obtain a curse here, which is a big deal. This is a bananas ending to this game, and I don't think we're done yet.
No, we're not. Everyone's going to be up except Karazim for this big push. 35 seconds actually on Tigris as well. Li Ming about to respawn. What can they do? Bottom is pushed out. Middle is pushed out. Top is only halfway through the map, so they can't really pressure these keeps that are already low immediately, so they have to go for the boss call. This curse is really just buying them some padding.
It's going to buy them padding, and I think right now you can look at the fact that they'll get this boss in the bottom left, and this isn't a big deal. This will be a threat to the bottom keep, but what they'll be able to do is they'll rotate up to the top right boss, which is a bigger threat. And so by doing that, remember, Drayden does have Mighty Gust. Tychus and Karazim are not here, but bottom keep will go down. You have to attack the boss a little bit. They're actually going to push with it. They're trying to end here.
Yeah, I like this call, actually. They've got another 15 seconds or so for free push out, so they'll get rid of these next wave, the 6th wave of minions, escort that boss immediately in, and they just gotta wait for that moment for someone to poke their head out.
He got drill upgrade, which is extra damage plus extra range, which if you're defending core, you don't want to use it to defend against the keep. You want to use it to defend against the core. So you need to focus the boss down. They're looking for a fight instead.
Wow! Oh my goodness! Specialty gets very low. They have to Ancestral Li Ming. You do not want to do that. That should be safe for Illidan, but Illidan's going in with that Metamorphosis, trying to find the kill in the back. Hecarim, dimensional shifting on that Archon, has big damage. The drill was used early to try to put the DPS on, and the Palm gets the connection on the ETC. They will defend this.
But I don't think they're going to defend this. The boss is on the core. The catapult's hitting it. They should be able to, but this allows for a re-engage. Remember, Illidan is the best dive hero on the core.
Shields are down.
Luckily, they're able to. They're able to survive this.
Oh, Handlebars gets blown up on ETC. The Death Mosh, though, gets the trade on Li Ming. 1-for-1.
That's 1-for-1, but Swab's double Illidan. What's better than one Illidan? Two Illidans, as we see Hecarim staying in Archon for 30%. It's going down. The drone is down. It's all up to Swabs in the aware, and it is going to go down. And that will do it. Game number 1 going over to imported support. Wow. Listen.